Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you my honest review of the What Mummy Makes recipe book. But first of all, if you don't know who I am, then my name is Abigail. I have two little ones, a baby and a toddler called Samuel and Noah, and I make lots of content over here on YouTube on my channel. I make lots of vlogs with toddler and baby activities included in that. I make faith-based content, I do some Montessori at home stuff. I do lots of different things related to motherhood, so if you enjoyed this video then do stick around and subscribe for more content like this. And without further ado, let's get straight into it. So you've probably heard of the lady behind What Mummy Makes, but if you don't know who she is, then she is from Instagram. She's an Instagram lady. Her name is Rebecca Wilson, and she's now changed her account from the name What Mummy Makes, which is what it was originally. She's changed it to Rebecca Wilson Food. So if you're looking her up on Instagram, that's what she goes under now. But this is her original recipe book, and she also has a couple more that have come out since then. And I thought I would review this book for you. Basically, the premise behind her brand is that you cook just once for you and your baby. So she makes recipes that are good for the whole family, including a baby that you have weaning from 6 months old. And all the recipes are delicious and not like purees and things that you wouldn't want to eat. It's things that you're going to eat as well in your family, and your baby can also eat it. So it's a win-win for everyone, and I really like the idea behind this book. So let's get straight into the things that I really like about this book. The first thing that I really like is that it has very simple ingredients. I am not great at baking or cooking, so any cookbook that has more than like 10 ingredients, it's just not for me. But these have really simple ingredients. Some of her recipes have even just 3 or 4 ingredients, and they're all things that you're likely to have lying around your house anyway. It's not got strange ingredients that you're never going to find in your cupboard, or that you're not going to find easily at your local supermarket. The ingredients are very easy to find, and they're very simple and basic and nice straightforward recipes. And that's probably one of my most favourite things about it, because I don't have a huge amount of time to be baking and trying out all different kinds of things. They're simple recipes, they're easy to do, they're not super fancy, but they do taste super delicious. I also love that everyone can eat the food, so you don't have to use your brain power to think, how can I adapt this recipe so that my baby can also eat it? Which I find myself doing if I make other recipes, because they have added sugar and salt usually. Whereas in these recipes, they don't have that, so I don't have to adapt my recipes when giving it to my baby, which I think is really helpful. And it means you don't have to use any of your extra brain power on adapting any of the recipes. It also includes a really great variety of foods. So there's things with chicken, things with fish, things with pasta and rice, and all the different types of foods. So there's a really great selection for everyone out there for any kind of foods that you might like. I also really love that at the start of the book it has a good guide to starting weaning. If you're a new mum and your child is about to start weaning and you don't know anything about it, this is a really handy little guide and tells you kind of everything that you really do need to know before you start weaning. So that's very helpful. Also, all the ingredients have, all the recipes have they're adaptable, so that if you are egg-free or gluten-free or dairy-free or anything free, then you can adapt most of the recipes to suit that. And if you can't adapt the recipes, then she does have a wide variety of ones that are already vegan or vegetarian or whatever, gluten-free. So it really does cater for a wide variety of dietary needs. And I think that's a really good point. If you are someone that does have one of these dietary needs, maybe you're egg-free or dairy-free, then she does cater to that and has lots of recipes that are already free of things. And also she has includes tips in the recipe on how to adapt certain recipes to make them free from whatever ingredient you need. And then last but not least, most of the recipes work for me. And I am not a great baker, I'm not a great cook. If you watch any of my vlogs, you will know this. I am not great at any of these things, but most of the recipes do work for me. So that's a good point to show you how simple and easy they are. A couple of things that I don't like so much about it. Personally, I really like to have a picture next to every single recipe. I don't like to have just a picture on every other page or whatever. Like if I want to make a recipe, I need to have an idea in my head of how it's meant to look and meant to turn out. Maybe that's just a personal preference, but that's what I personally think, is that I really like to have a picture next to every single recipe. Another small issue that I had with the book is that I didn't have some of my favourite recipes that she shared on Instagram. So like I said, she's an Instagram lady originally, and I saw her recipes originally on Instagram like most people. But some of the recipes that I really loved, for example the sausage pinwheels or the salmon pasta, these were not necessarily included within the book. So I wasn't super happy about that. I wanted some of these things in a paper copy because I really enjoyed the recipe. But most of her recipes that I enjoy are there. There's just a couple of ones that she's missed out. The last downside that I found to the book is that you can't really use it from 6 months unless you want to do baby-led weaning. So she's a great advocate for baby-led weaning, and yeah, she doesn't include purees or anything like that in the book. So if you're not into baby-led weaning, then you're maybe not going to be able to use this from 6 months, but you can certainly use it as your baby gets older and gets onto more normal kind of finger foods. But if you're doing purees, then this is not a book with purees in it at all, so I wouldn't advise you get it if that's what you're looking for. So in summary, I do really enjoy the book. I think it's good. I did find a lot of recipes that I enjoyed from it. If you already have her on Instagram and you follow her there, I do think a lot of her great recipes are already on Instagram, so you might not necessarily need to go and buy the book. But it's not a very expensive book, and it is always good to support people when that's their main income stream. So I think it is good to do that, especially when you use a lot of their content online already, which I did. So I definitely found it was worth the money, and I do use it quite a lot. I use it maybe a couple of times a week to look up recipes or new recipes or old recipes. So I did really enjoy this book overall, and I do overall really recommend it if you've got a baby that you're going to be weaning from 6 months. And there will of course be recipes in this book and in her other books that are exclusive to the books, so that you won't be able to find them on Instagram at all. So I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Let me know if you've got this book or if you intend to buy this book. Let me know what you think about it if you've got it, and I'll see you very soon in my next one. Bye guys.